Hello and welcome to my channel. Gonna be doing a couple of different things today. Mainly I felt called to read the section for today's date, which is February 19th. But before I get into that, just know I wanted to be really transparent here. I did record the week ahead for, I guess would be last week, on last Sunday, but between stuff happening with my full-time job and miscommunicating with my editor and all of that, at the time of recording this, the week ahead hasn't gone up. I still will post it because I find more often than not I'm ahead of stuff, so it could still be applicable to you, or it might be affirming for you as far as how your week did go. It might have been a match, who knows. But I'll link that into the video for all the different signs and have the different playlists and all that situated. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. Without further ado, let's get into the reading for today. It is February 19th, 2023. Instead of breaking, the glass blower knows, while in the heat of beginning, any shape is possible. Once hardened, the only way to change is to break. With the precise tools of modern medicine, unborn children who are malforming or experiencing obstructions can now be operated on in utero. Profoundly, these state-of-the-art techniques reveal a deep, timeless truth about growth and healing. For just as amazing as the fact of these operations is the fact that these surgeries leave no scars once the infant is born. What this tells us is that if we tend to things at the deepest level, our repair will be so much a part of who we are that there will be no scar. It is easier to bend underneath the surface in the deep, timeless fluid of the beginning than to break once fully grown. But it is too late for me, you might say. I am already full grown. Not so, for in the world of our inwardness, we are always growing and are blessed to carry that fluid beginning within us. It is never really out of reach. We can return and begin again by facing ourselves. In this way, we can go below our hardened ways to the soft impulses that birth them. Instead of breaking the bone of our stubbornness, we can nourish the marrow of our feeling unheard. Instead of breaking the bone of our fear, we can cleanse the blood of our feeling unsafe. Instead of counting the scars from being hurt in the world, we can find and re-kiss the very spot in our soul where we began to withhold our trust. So, what actions we should take? Sit quietly and bring to mind an aspect of your personality that tends to get in the way. It might be your own brand of stubbornness, or distrust, or envy. As you breathe steadily, allow yourself to trace this trait to its soft beginning. Without trying to name it or change it, simply surround the soft inner spot with your love. That seems very poignant for me and what I've been dealing with lately, and feel like it might be applicable for us now, because today is the new moon in Pisces, and we are actually in Pisces season. So I'm going to be doing the week ahead for the air element sign. So that's going to be your Gemini, your Libra, and Aquarius. I'm recording this on Sunday, February 19th, 2023. This is going to be for the February 20th through the 27th. And just to get it all out of the way, this is a general reading. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, maybe check out another reading. Maybe I'm not the reader for you, who knows. At the time of recording this, I don't know what the title's going to be, so if the title brought you in, it's probably for you. Anyway, let's get into it. I am really drawn to this Oracle deck, so let's go ahead and get started with that. What do the air signs need to hear for the week ahead? Wow, that was very definitive. Like, yep, we want that one. Obscure. That's interesting. That was in the last video I recorded, or the last element I recorded, so that would be the earth signs, I believe. Yeah, I still have the page up for it. Yeah, so if you're watching this, definitely I'll link the earth one down below. Definitely give that a watch because they also had this card come out. It doesn't matter if you have any earth signs in your chart or whatever. We're all connected, so there might be something in there for you. In fact, actually, yes, the King of Swords came out in that, and yeah, you want to watch the earth sign reading. So for obscure here, when we think about things we want to change and shift, people tend to think they need to stop doing something. But in reality, this is fighting the way our brains are built and tends to make things more difficult. We don't want to repress, but build new things that will take up more space. By creating new ways of being and thought patterns, we will gradually obscure the old patterns that no longer serve us. I'm really drawn to this deck, so let's get into your reading. Okay, that one really didn't want to shuffle. Sorry, I'm trying to go into my space, but having to fight this deck is really taking me out of my kind of meditation spot that I have when I pull a reading. There we go. I'm gonna do one more because that feels right. Oh. This deck is really fighting me today. What do the air signs need to know for the week ahead? Take that one. Need 2 more cards. That would be lovely. Yep. Well, I was trying to go for a total of 3, but then 3 just fell out. So, let's see. It's funny that when I stop, this one's on the top of the deck. Oh, I already know what card is underneath that, so we'll talk about that. Oh, that's even funnier. Okay, well, we'll get through that. Let's see what came out. We'll put this over here. This one came out first, and it is sideways. Good old Death. Love that card. Yep, 7 of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles. Wow, yeah. This is a lot of Pentacles, so I definitely feel like we are very much on point with you going and watching that Earth sign reading. As far as this goes, at the bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Swords, which is interesting because the bottom of the deck for the Earth signs was the King of Swords. Very similar people. The Queen of Swords, she takes no BS from anyone. She knows what she wants. She's very direct. She is, I mean, she has a sword. Watch out. She might use it. As far as what has flipped over, let's see. Well, it's just the top 2, oddly enough. The 7 of Wands reversed and the Devil reversed. So for me, 7 of Wands is all about boundaries. Reversed. Definitely get the sense that you need to be aware of people encroaching on your boundaries, or maybe you just need to be a little bit more firm about them. And I say that because we have the Devil reversed. You just need to keep your wits about you when you're dealing with the Devil. And, well, I mean, yeah, it's reversed. It's not a great energy. Now, like, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean, like, you're actually dealing with the devil. It's just, you don't want to deal with this type of person. So you want to make sure you have your guard up and, like, use discernment when dealing with people, but, you know, you don't want to have your guard up for just any little thing. Then you're just going to be on high alert. Anyway, a little side note from me with how I connect with this deck. If you had a yes or no question going into this reading, it is I'm leaning towards yes, and I will explain. So with how I personally connect with this deck, when I sat down with it, I looked through every single card connected with it, and there's one card in here that is a yes when upright, and it is a no when upright. And both cards have shown themselves. This when upright is a yes to me. And then this card when upright is a no. So how I'd read that is reverse of a no would be a yes. And then this one is kind of up in the air, and that's why I say it's maybe a yes. And I know it's kind of wishy-washy, but that's just the feeling I get off of it. Anyway, so when it comes to the sideways card, I liken it to that moment in time. You have the coin up in the air during a flip. You don't know if it's going to be upright or reverse. Which is kind of funny because for a card like this one, which is death and rebirth, it's like you're in that in-between space. You're at the infinity. It's not death, but it's not rebirth. It's the in-between liminal space. Now for the other ones, it's very interesting. For these cards, wow. Wow. Okay. Wow, that is just fascinating. Okay. So we got this weird traffic light situation, an out of order traffic light going on. You know, the red should be at the top and the yellow should be in between and the green's at the bottom. What is going on here? This picture is truly what is going on here. Like, is he on a ladder? Why is this adult man with a child? What is going on here? This is what like, why is this lady knitting? That's not knitting. That looks more like macrame. What there's just so many questions with this card. But the thing that I was originally drawn to with all the wows is if we look at, when I initially was looking at these 4 cards, I was immediately drawn to the pentacle that the Queen of Pentacles is holding. And I look over and it looks like this pentacle. And then I looked down, saw this red one, and went, oh, that looks like this pentacle. I don't know if you can see all of these, but they all look very similar. I know it's because they're pentacles, but I mean, there's different color pentacles on all of these cards. Like, the 7 has 7 different colors of pentacles. Like, what? Which I don't think any of, well, no. That one might match that one, but that one doesn't match any of them. So, anyway. So the feeling I'm getting off of these cards so far is that this feels like you're in a holding pattern of you're not sure what to do. You don't know if you're transforming into something greater or something worse. Then with this, there's just so many questions going on here. So like, with this one, I am just so drawn to, like, what is going on here? Is he on a ladder? What are they doing? Why are you knitting? This isn't knitting. I know because I'm a knitter. Like, those are definitely knitting needles, but what? I don't know if I'm like losing the plot here, but I have just so many questions about what is this project they're trying to work on together. And also, like, he looks a little, I don't know. It's so weird. And then want to go to this card. I don't know what it is, but it looks like she has her lower half on the wrong way, if that makes sense. Like, it's either that she has her pants on backwards, or like she got spliced and like her butt's on the front. And it's very confusing, which is definitely going with the confusing thing, which makes me really think about the whole holding pattern thing of like just all this confusion and just so many questions, which, good grief, this feels like a conversation I would have with several of my air sign friends where we're just like, we need to know all the things and just wanting to figure it all out. Now, I haven't gotten to these two yet because these two, I just was like, what is going on? I want to know. Which is very much that same kind of energy that I'm so familiar with, of like that wanting to know and wanting to just get into every single little thing and just pick everything apart. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the air signs because we can really have those intellectual conversations. But like sometimes it can be a lot. Don't get me wrong. I love a good conversation, but man. But I feel like this would be something that, you know, if one of my air sign friends and I came across this, like, this would be something that we would still be talking about, like, years after the fact, being like, what were they doing? What is up with this lady and the butt on the front? Anyway. So for these two, they are in reversed, and I feel like it's a variation on a theme, and I'll explain why. So the Seven of Pentacles, especially in this one, he planted these seeds, he planted these pentacles, and he's trying to grow this bush or tree, but he's sitting here watching it. He's going to be sitting here forever waiting for it to be to its full grown size. Now looking at her, the Queen of Pentacles, she's sitting there on what looks to be like a very comfortable, squishy chair. And she looks like she can wait forever. It doesn't matter. What will come to her will come to her. So much so that, like, she's becoming one with nature. She's having branches come out of her little headdress scarf thing. I don't know what it's called. But she doesn't look impatient. She's at peace, at center with herself. She's sitting here just, it doesn't matter. It will happen when it happens. And that is true patience and temperance and just being one with yourself and with the universe. Very similar theme of waiting, but this guy is focused on the outcome. He's focused on the growth. She does not care. She's comfortable where she's at. It doesn't matter. she already has it. So reversed, I feel like especially for this one, it's that impatience, it's that self-doubt, it's the I want it, but I know I'm not gonna get it. Whereas like upright, she already has it, and thus it doesn't matter. She can wait. With this one, like I was saying with the upright, about it being so focused on the outcome and on the growth, he's so focused on these seeds. It's like I keep coming back to that whole thing of like that similar phenomenon of like if you plant something, you know, and you keep digging it up, you know, you're not helping it grow, you're disturbing it, and you're kind of stopping the process. It's kind of like how when you're trying to boil water, you know, if you stand there and stare at it, it's going to feel like it's going to take longer. It's almost like with that thing of digging up the seeds, it'd be like someone turning on and off the stove. You're impeding your own progress. I guess taking a step back and looking at this overall, I definitely get the feeling that you're in this space of you know, like I said earlier, the holding pattern. You know, you're not really sure where to go next, and what's around you is very confusing. You have some options, but they don't make sense. You see people and you're like, what is that? You know, you're having that moment of like, is this real life or is this just fantasy? Or it's like, to reference an old meme, it's like David going to the dentist and being like, is this real life? If the Queen song reference didn't get you. The thing I keep coming back to is the Queen of Swords. She knows what she wants. She can get it. You know, she can cut people out. She is very direct, and she doesn't take any BS from anyone. You need to embody your element, air signs. You need to be direct with people, especially if you're in this weird, confusing spot. Sometimes all that needs to happen is to have a clear and open, honest conversation. And you guys, out of any of the signs, should definitely be able to do that. I know in general, as people, we sometimes don't want to have those difficult conversations. But honestly, in the grand scheme of things, it's better in some aspects to just go ahead and have the conversation. And then, do it. Then again, I am one of those people that does value honesty and transparency, so I know not everyone is like that. There are a lot of fake people out there. Whatever it is that you're doubting yourself on, you need to stop. You can do it. You already have it. Believe in yourself. I'm going to pull you a moon card and send you on your way. What do the moon sign? No, what do the air signs need to hear for a moon card for the week ahead? It's funny that I said moon signs. Well, this deck can't troll me because they're all moon cards, so joke's on it. That's probably why I thought moon signs. New moon in Sagittarius. Focus on the positive. The way is clear. All you have to do is make sure you enjoy the ride. That should be easy enough as long as you stop worrying and start believing in your own good luck. It's true that life goes in cycles, and this card shows that you're moving into a good luck phase. As Abraham Hicks says, think about what you do want, not about what you don't want. Focus on the positive now. Your manifesting is definitely on track, and the more you can master the art of feeling good, the longer it'll stay that way. Your manifesting focus is, this card is an especially good sign for matters related to study, travel, adventure, and the cosmic quest to understand life. Like, isn't that just air signs in general? Like, you guys love the esoteric. For your manifesting mindset, look back, see how far you've come, and count your blessings. And your affirmation is, I'm one lucky so-and-so. I almost read that as something else, but just to prove to you that it says that. It says, I'm one lucky so-and-so. I almost read that as, I'm one lucky son of a bitch. If this resonated, leave a comment down below. If you liked it, like the video, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I just want to say thank you for all the likes, the shares, the subscribers, everyone that watches, and I hope you have a really good week.